Hello, so this is Introduction to Philosophy, Philosophy 111, 802. My name is Aurelio Madrid, and you are taking this class for the spring 2021 semester. So this is the home page. So I'll be talking about some more details in the on D2L in our second screencast. So right now, though, I want to focus on aspects of the syllabus, highlighting some points on the syllabus. So where you'll find the syllabus is by clicking on Content here. And in the second screencast, I'll cover some more details on this table of contents here in the content folder. But for the time being, let's go ahead and bring up the syllabus for the class. Make this, enlarge this. So you are taking a class on Introduction to Philosophy, Philosophy 111-802. This is the way the class is identified, okay? I'm Aurelio Madrid. A way to contact me is my phone number. You're welcome to call or text. Likewise, emailing me via D2L is probably the most efficient. And I will show you how to email in the second screencast. So our meeting times and dates are on Thursdays from 10:30 to 11:45 a.m. And this class is a Tuesday-Thursday class, but due to my schedule, I can only meet on Thursdays. Okay. In other words, this will be the only day that I can Zoom. Okay. So this is officially our Zooming time. Okay. Then we have what is philosophy here. I cover that in another introductory video. So know that this is a remote class, and all the details here correspond to the ways in which we're understanding what is defined as a remote class. Okay, so in other words, we'll have work that you turn in on D2L and work that we'll have for our Zoom meetings and etc. Okay. I have this point here. I accidentally copied it twice, so we'll see it later on in the syllabus. But basically, this has to do with technical difficulties. That is to say that I myself am not responsible for technical difficulties that you have that will disable you from turning in assignments, that sort of thing. So in other words, you're responsible for your own technical problems, nor should technical problems serve as an excuse for you to turn in late work and likewise not turn in assignments, etc. Okay, so get your technical problems taken care of, and also know that they're not an excuse. So next we have course description, course prerequisites, etc., course learning outcomes, topical outline. These are ways in which the state of Colorado identifies this course as ways in which we're understanding topics in Introduction to Philosophy. Okay. Then course requirements and expectations. Here I have discussion and weekly study objectives. Really should be discussion and assignments. So in other words, we'll be working on something every week. Okay, so you'll have weekly tasks, and that comprises of our Zoom meeting and then weekly writings, whether that be writing a thread for a discussion, working on an assignment, working on a short essay, or taking exams. Okay, and so the way that is distributed is basically your participation points are accounted for with our Zoom meetings, our Zoomings. So there's 14 of those. Each one of those meetings is worth 18 points each. We'll have weekly and discussion assignments. Excuse me, weekly discussion and assignments, but usually not both at once. So in other words, either or. And this week, though, we do have a discussion and an assignment due. Okay, so this will be the one and only time we have that. So usually you'll either turn in an assignment or you'll turn in a short essay, or we'll be working on our exam is what I meant in the above. And then we'll have 3 short essays, 2 at 82 points each and 1 at 84 points. That 84 points and 82 points, the difference there is really so that we could account for 1,000 in our math. Then we'll have a midterm and a final exam. And each one of those is worth 125 points, okay? And you'll have plenty of time beforehand. I'll give you students plenty of notice to know when all that's arriving and will be assigned, etc. So we have some due dates here, which are obvious, important dates, excuse me. And then our attendance policy. So basically, yes, our attendance policy is such that I'm accounting for you by way of our Zoom meetings, okay? Then make up late work, extra credit. Here I'm making the point that if you have late work, do not email it to me, okay? And if you do email it to me, I'll just simply send you a message indicating that you need to submit it to the appropriate file for which it is late, okay? And then any late work will also have a 20% reduction taken, 20% reduction, 20% penalty, okay? Then, so that basically means that 80% is the new 100% if the work is late, okay? So you'll only be eligible for 80% of that grade, so it could easily go below that really quick, right? Okay, so if the work is still has issues. So then, yes, and then here's the repeat of the technical problems. I have this with classroom conduct. So doing the work of philosophy is active. Good thinking is itself good work. Taking the time to do philosophy means reading it, practicing it out loud, and putting it into words. This is really important here. It doesn't seem that important because it's just kind of this real basic sentence in terms of how we understand classes. But it's important in the sense that this is really the pivot of the class, the reading, okay? So in other words, if you're not doing the reading, it's going to be really difficult for you to get a passing grade in this class. Then also discussing the reading, which we'll do in our Zoom meetings, and then also writing about it. So in other words, sometimes students at the beginning of the semester will try to turn in work without having read the assignment, without having read the PDF. And that's immediately apparent when I read them. So it's really easy for me to tell if students are doing the reading or not, okay? So that's of vital importance. It seems like it's not in the beginning, but then you suddenly realize, oh no, I need to be doing these readings, okay? Because that's what the focus of this class is. That's what philosophy is centered around, not only practicing, but also reading, obviously, right? Okay, and then we have the schedule. And scrolling a little bit more, we also just have some common practices in terms of respect when we're in our Zoom meetings, and likewise when we're in our discussion threads, etc., to be respectful of one another, etc. Okay, and then we also have here ways to work through D2L depending on what browser you're using. Okay. Then let's see. Oh, and then just some details about D2L. Okay, so that's a basic run through of the syllabus. So I'll continue talking about D2L in our second screencast. All right, talk to you later.